The last passenger. The last passenger on Flight 914 had been dead for 25 years. It was a cold October night when Daniel Carter, a rookie airport security officer, started his first overnight shift at the old terminal of Blackridge International Airport. Most of the airport had been modernized years ago, but one abandoned terminal still remained untouched. Nobody liked working there. Not because it was dark, not because it was quiet, but because of the stories. Every employee knew the legend. Once a year, on the anniversary of a missing flight, a lone passenger would appear at Gate 12. A man with a black suitcase, waiting for a flight that no longer existed. Daniel didn't believe it. Ghost stories, he said, seriously. An older guard, Victor, said nothing. He simply handed Daniel an old newspaper clipping. October 14, 1998. Flight 914 vanished from radar. 143 passengers. No wreckage. No survivors. No answers. Daniel laughed and put it away. At 2:17 a.m., everything changed. Every security monitor in the control room went black. 3 seconds of silence. Then they came back on. Camera 12 showed a man standing alone at Gate 12. Gray coat. Black suitcase. Completely still. The terminal was supposed to be empty. Daniel grabbed his radio. Control, do we have someone in the old terminal? Only static. He tried again. Nothing. Something felt wrong. Daniel left the room and walked toward Gate 12. The hallway lights flickered as he passed. One by one. When he arrived, the gate was empty. Just dusty chairs. A locked door. Silence. He almost turned back, when a voice came from behind him. "Excuse me, has boarding started?" Daniel froze. Slowly he turned. The man from the camera was standing right there. Same gray coat. Same black suitcase. But his face. Too calm. Too pale. "I think you're in the wrong place," Daniel said. The man frowned. "That can't be, my flight leaves at 2:30. He handed over his boarding pass. Daniel looked at it, and his blood turned cold. Flight 914. October 14, 1998. Seat 27A. "That's impossible," Daniel whispered. The man tilted his head. "You look familiar. Were you there the night we disappeared?" "I wasn't even born yet." The man didn't react. He simply pointed toward the runway. Outside the massive window, something appeared. Lights. An aircraft emerging from the fog. Slowly. Silently. Impossible. The runway had been closed for years. The plane rolled to a stop in front of Gate 12. No engine sound. No radio signal. Only darkness. On its side, faded numbers. 914. Daniel stepped back. His radio exploded with static. Then Victor's voice broke through. Screaming. "Daniel, get out of there." "What is going on?" Daniel shouted. "You're not alone." Daniel looked around. "I see the passenger." Victor cut him off. "There is no passenger." Daniel turned toward the glass wall. At first, only his reflection. Then, something behind him. Dozens of people. Men, women, children, all wearing late 90s clothing. All holding boarding passes. Silent. When he turned around, no one was there. But in the glass, they were still standing. And all of them pointed at the plane. The man in the gray coat spoke again. "They've been waiting." "For what?" Daniel whispered. The man smiled. "For someone to open the gate." Click. The gate unlocked on its own. Green light turned on. "Boarding now." Then came the sound. Footsteps. Hundreds of them. But no one could be seen. Luggage rolling. Soft voices. An airport that should be dead. Suddenly alive. "Daniel, don't let them board," Victor shouted. The gate slowly opened. Cold wind rushed in. Inside the plane. Lights flickered weakly. Every seat was occupied. Every passenger staring at the gate. Except one. Seat 27B. Empty. Right beside the gray-coated man. He looked at Daniel. "I think that's your seat." Daniel shook his head. "I've never been on this flight." But something on the seat caught his eye. A luggage tag. He walked closer. His name was written on it. Daniel Carter. His heart dropped. He pulled out the newspaper from his pocket. The passenger list was on the back. He scanned it. Stopped. At the final name. Daniel Carter, seat 27B. Printed decades before he was born. The lights exploded. Everything went white. Then red emergency lights filled the terminal. Silence. The plane was gone. The passengers were gone. Daniel was on the floor. Morning. Police lights. Confusion. Victor sat beside him. "You don't remember anything." "I passed out, that's all." Victor shook his head. "You disappeared." Daniel frowned. "I was gone for a few minutes." Victor didn't answer. He handed Daniel his ID. Expiration date. 25 years in the future. Daniel froze. On the TV behind him, breaking news. Workers at Blackridge Airport have discovered the wreckage of Flight 914. A buried airplane. Inside. Skeletons in every seat. Every seat. Except one. Seat 27B. Empty. And on it, Daniel's security badge. 3 months later. The case was closed. Officials said it was a crash from decades ago. But one detail was never explained. Security footage showed Daniel walking alone into Gate 12. Stopping. Smiling at something no one could see. And opening the door.